This guy is getting confessed to by a girl. After he rejects her, she snatches his phone and throws it. The phone nearly hits the two eavesdroppers. Gray picks up the phone. Bill is walking toward her. Her friend knows Gray has a crush on Bill. Seeing the opportunity, she gives Gray a push, sending her right into Bill.
언제부터 봤어?
못 봤어.
The phone in her hand gives her away. Bill takes the phone back and tries to explain, "It's not what you think." Gray gets a little excited. She didn't expect Bill to care so much about what she thinks. The next day, Gray is walking down the street in casual clothes and runs into Bill. They're both shy, pretending not to see each other. Gray peeks around the corner and only comes out once the coast is clear, but she still runs into Bill. She awkwardly says hi, explaining this isn't how she normally dresses. Bill doesn't respond. She feels a bit deflated. The next second, Bill appears right in front of her. He tells Gray to keep last night quiet. Gray nods. She asks why he ignored her greeting earlier. Bill answers shyly.
네가 말 걸면 뭐라고 대답할지를 잘.
Gray laughs. She didn't realize he could be this cute. After watching a funny video, Bill's first thought is of Gray. He wants to share the joy with her, but he's too shy and doesn't hit send. He spots a coin and decides to flip it to make the decision. The first flip doesn't go his way. Neither does the second. He doesn't give up. Finally gets the result he wants on the third try. Bill gets called out by a teacher for his outfit. Gray witnesses the whole thing. Bill catches up to Gray, but Gray starts criticizing his clothes.
딱 봐도 감점.
감정?
Looking at Bill's handsome face, she gets so shy she can't speak. Bill says he'll wear his uniform properly next time. Gray says it doesn't matter. Gray is woken up from her nap by a classmate, saying someone's looking for her outside. She turns around and freezes. This is the first time she's seen Bill in a properly buttoned uniform.
진짜 제대로 입었네.
Back at home, Gray can't stop thinking about Bill. She starts fantasizing about the two of them on a date. The husband doesn't dare ask for a divorce. He waits for his wife to pass away every day. The pressure keeps him on edge. Seeing his wife sleeping soundly, he immediately suspects something's happened to her. All of this comes from his wife's terminal illness. She only has 3 months to live. That night, he's researching on his computer, trying to confirm if his wife only has 3 months left, but he falls asleep at his desk. His wife comes to wake him. She happens to see what's on the screen. She starts scrolling through the web pages. The sound of clicking wakes him up. His wife simply tells him to go rest. He thinks she didn't notice anything. His wife suddenly stops in her tracks.
내가 죽는다고 하면 당신 속으로 좀 좋아하지 않을까? 지금 갑자기 잘해주는 거 신나서 오버하는 거 아닌가?
In that moment, Bill's heart starts racing. He thinks everything's about to be exposed, but his wife says, "I was wrong about you. I didn't realize you were up late researching for me." The husband glances at the screen and says quietly miracles can happen. His wife rushes toward him. Bill jumps up startled, instinctively backing away.
걱정 마. 난 반드시 살 거니까.
His wife tells him she originally thought no one cared about her. She'd been planning to give up treatment, but seeing how much her husband cares, she now has the will to live. As she leaves, a smile crosses her face for the first time in ages. Meanwhile, Bill collapses to the floor in despair. The next day, Gray attends a business expo. A competitor comes over to provoke her. Rumors have been circulating that Gray and her husband don't get along. The rival mocks her for attending alone, ridiculing her failed marriage. She says the chairman would never partner with her.
어머 어떡해.
Gray stormed retreats to the restroom. She calls her husband for help, but he says he's in court and hung up. As soon as she steps out, she runs into that rival again. The woman continues her taunts, claiming Gray's husband only married her for money. She brags about her own perfect marriage, for years without a single fight. Just then, someone bumps into Gray. The rival's about to enjoy her humiliation, but Bill suddenly appears. He pulls his wife protectively into his arms. At that moment, the chairman walks over and extends his hand. Gray publicly introduces him. "This is my husband. He's also the company's general counsel." The rival's expression immediately changes because she realizes Gray's husband is strikingly handsome. Gray deliberately walks up to her rival and fires back at her earlier mockery. A wealthy heiress suddenly stops. Not far away is a girl with a terminal illness, which fills her with dread because she's also terminally ill herself. She only has 3 months to live. When her husband learns the news, he walks into her office carrying flowers. His wife is shocked. Her husband says he's made a dinner reservation to celebrate their anniversary. His wife says coldly if their marriage is really happy enough to celebrate, but her husband solemnly promises to make every day beautiful from now on. He pushes the flowers into his wife's hands. On the surface, Gray stays calm, but her heart stirs in a way it hasn't in ages. What she doesn't know is her husband's sudden change came from taking a friend's advice to trick her into revising her will before she pass away. To convince Gray he's sincere, Bill changes his dining habits. He sits down next to Gray
왜 이래?
가까이서 먹으려고.
and before she can react, he starts peeling shrimp for her, even arranging them in a heart shape. At a company meeting, Gray lets out a small cough. Bill immediately rushes to her side. Everyone is stunned. Gray explains she just choked on some water. Bill starts yelling about calling an ambulance.
어떻게?
The chaos only stops when his father-in-law intervenes. After work that evening, Bill sees Gray isn't dressed warmly enough and immediately drapes his coat over her shoulders. The secretary thinks it's a bit too intimate. Bill doesn't care at all. He gently touches Gray's face, notices her hands are cold, and tucks them into his own pockets. At dinner, Gray gets into an argument with her mother to defend her own son. Her mother says that Gray building the department store took up family land. Watching this fight unfold, Bill finally understands Gray's position in this family. Seeing Gray's trembling hands, Bill speaks up for the first time. He finally taking a stand in this Chable family, knowing he's offended his mother-in-law. He realizes his days ahead won't be easy, so he rushes online to search for information, wanting to confirm if Gray really only has 3 months to live. If it's true, he only needs to endure 3 more months, but the medical cases he finds send a sharp pain through his chest.
3개월을 선고받았지만 30년째 생존. 30년?
This girl was born into an ordinary family. After her mother remarried a wealthy man, she became the stepdaughter of a tycoon. Using her stepfather's money, she successfully launched her own business. She began to look down on her poor younger sister. But Anna never imagined that. No matter how smart and capable she was, no matter how well she managed the company, her stepfather would still steal her achievements and hand everything over to his foolish biological son. Anna was furious. Right in front of all the shareholders, she got into a fight with her stepfather and walked out of the company. The moment she stepped outside, she broke down in tears, crying over of hard work that had been stolen from her, crying over all those years of enduring it for nothing. But Anna didn't give up. She decided to start over. She went to a salon and cut her long hair short, planning to start her own venture. With her professional expertise, she earned a spot in the Shea startup competition. What puzzled her was that her sister's wealthy boyfriend was also there. Luca watched the conference live on TV and spotted Gray among the participants. The scene was buzzing with energy. Through a quiz round, they selected 40 representatives from 400 people. Surprisingly, Gray was chosen. She only has a high school diploma, but Bill wasn't so lucky. If no representative picked him as a teammate, he'd be eliminated. As Gray excitedly walked onto the stage, she turned around and spotted her sister on the same platform. They were both stunned. Gray couldn't understand why Anna would enter a startup competition. Anna couldn't believe Gray made the cut. She mocked Gray. "What's that amazing boyfriend of yours doing here?" Gray followed her gaze and saw Bill below the stage. Their eyes met. Bill awkwardly lowered his head.
너가 여기 왜? 넌 엄청 좋은 사무실 있잖아.
Faced with Gray's questions, Bill was extremely nervous. He'd never felt so humiliated. Anna walked over and scanned the QR code on Bill's chest with her phone. She discovered he had no investor profile and hadn't even completed the preliminary assignments. Bill clenched his fists, gathered his courage and said to Gray,
내가 속여서 미안해.
The room fell silent. Gray let out a sigh. In her mind, this might actually be the best arrangement, giving her who lacking confidence a partner on this entrepreneurial journey. Gray proposed joining Bill's team. Anna also wanted Bill to join her team. Gray was an inexperienced newcomer. Anna was a CEO who'd run companies for years. Though Bill wanted success, he still chose Gray. He wanted to start this venture together with Gray. Luca entered the Shake Group as a mentor. He still didn't know that Gray had already discovered Bill wasn't wealthy. The girl finally realizes that her first love wasn't Bill, but the man standing right in front of her. Her eyes instantly well up with tears. In her mind, she feels like a complete fool. Just then, Bill calls. Gray asks him if he knows where that letter from 15 years ago is. Bill can't find the words to respond. Gray completely breaks down. She holds back her emotions, determined to get to the truth. It turns out Bill approached her back then to secure investment for Sanchon Technology. Gray becomes even more furious. Bill was with her for the money. All the love he showed her was fake. Bill realizes Gray knows the truth. He panics, desperate to explain, but he can't get through to Gray. They just reconciled. Yet Bill feels absolutely miserable. He finally finds Gray at the train station. They're both devastated. Bill grabs Gray's hand. He tells her that he loved the time they spent together so much that he never had the courage to tell her the truth. He promises he'll change for her. Gray pulls her hand away. She can't figure out her own feelings anymore, whether she should choose Bill or Luca. That evening, Gray stares blankly at the letter from 15 years ago, replaying the scene with Luca from earlier. Her emotions are all over the place. The next morning, Bill is waiting right outside Gray's door, but Gray despises this person who lied to her. She firmly tells Bill not to approach her privately anymore. At the office, she deliberately avoids him too, during lunch, just to avoid seeing Bill. She turns down her friend's invitation. Luca notices all of this. He's worried about Gray's state of mind, so he follows her to the restaurant. Gray asks Luca if he really likes eating noodles.
아니요. 서다임 씨가 사다 준 게 처음입니다.
That's when Gray understands. Luca came all the way out to the countryside that time, specifically to pick her up. He's always been helping her from behind the scenes. Then Luca casually mentions something.
내가 서다임 씨를 좋아해요.
Luca finally speaks what's been on his heart. He doesn't want to keep disappointing her, and he doesn't expect Gray to reciprocate. He just hopes they can still interact normally. Gray quietly watches Luca. She's glad he's still the same wonderful person. Luca only pretends to be calm, but inside he's nervous.
난 고백을 국수 비비면서 하게 될 줄은 몰랐어요.
This girl is sleeping against the bus window. A man is secretly taking photos of her. Gray's friend notices what's happening. She rushes over and grabs the man, demanding he hand over his phone. The man freaks out. He shoves Elsa aside, trying to escape, but Elsa turns out to be surprisingly brave. She gets off the bus and chases after him. All the students on the bus are stunned. Elsa takes off her backpack while running. She winds up for a throw. The backpack arcs through the air. The man gets knocked to the ground. Gray watches the whole thing nervously. Two police officers arrive at the scene. They arrest the creep. Gray feels pretty lucky because Elsa isn't just a good friend. She can also double as a bodyguard. At school, Gray notices something's off. Bill, who was so nice to her yesterday, is acting cold today. Just then, a motorcycle speeds past. The rider is Luca. Today is Luca's first day at school. Right after he gets off, he locks eyes with Bill. That's when a friend tells Gray the truth. Turns out these two used to be friends, but for some reason, they're now enemies. They're also both stars at school. One is top of the class. Tons of girls have crushes on him. The other doesn't care about studying. His bad boy attitude attracts girls. Gray doesn't care who's hotter. She's worried Luca will cause trouble because his helmet is still at her house. What surprises her even more is that Luca is also in her class. The moment he gets to his seat, he falls asleep. Then a group of students approaches him, but Luca doesn't look scared at all. He puts on a fierce expression, warning them not to disturb him. He gets pulled to a corner. Looks like a fight's about to break out. Suddenly, Luca gets angry. He says stop pretending. Turns out all these guys are his crew. They were just putting on a show to welcome him. Meanwhile, Gray is trying to get on Bill's good side. Bill has no idea what she wants. Gray doesn't realize he actually hasn't recognized her. She runs up to him, gets close to his face, and says meet me on the roof. Then she winks at him and runs off like a total fangirl, trying to figure out what she wants. Bill storms up to the roof. Gray tells him he doesn't need to act. There's no one else here. Then she says here's what you wanted. Bill takes the bag. He asks if she likes him. He says we barely know each other. Then he turns and walks away. Gray is completely confused. He didn't recognize me as the girl from yesterday? She remembers there was a keep secret note on the comic. She quickly chases after Bill, trying to get the bag back from him, but Bill won't let go. She scrambles for an excuse, saying there are pads inside. Bill's face turns red and he finally lets go. Gray can't figure it out. What secret did Bill promise to keep? Just then, Bill suddenly calls her. He tells her to bring the stuff over. Gray is totally lost. Is he looking for her barefaced self now, or her made-up self? Should she bring the uniform or the comic book? Should she go barefaced or with makeup? Should she only put makeup on half her face? Suddenly, she comes up with a brilliant idea. This woman married an ordinary guy. She never expected that once he put on a suit, he'd look this handsome. The moment he appeared, everyone was shocked, but the bride Gray was worried because this was a fake marriage. She was planning to divorce him soon. If the groom looked too good, it would draw unwanted attention. Bill tried on several more suits. Each one made him look even more handsome. This made Gray even more anxious. She started questioning him.
너 이렇게 잘생길 거였으면 나한테 미리 말을 해야지.
내가 뭐라고 말해요?
왜 말 못해? 나 잘생겼다. 나 미남이다. 왜 말을 못하냐고? 벽보를 하고 어떻게 그래요?
She turned around and realized it was her own mother. Her mom chided her for obsessing over looks. Two people being in love is what really matters. This comment made Gray feel embarrassed. She couldn't understand why. This man looked so ordinary, yet appeared so handsome once he put on a suit. She had no idea he was this good-looking. Why did he look so sloppy all the time? Gray decided not to worry about it anymore. The next day, she handed out wedding invitations at work, but she overlooked one thing. Bill had never actually proposed to her. Her co-workers started questioning this. Gray could only say that Bill had already proposed. That's when her ex-boyfriend started taunting her.
근데 반지가 없네요. 아, 맞잖아.
Facing his doubts, Gray said it was a secret. She told everyone to come to the wedding and see for themselves. After work, she went to a convenience store and started picking out proposal supplies. They needed a romance video for the wedding, but the two of them had never actually dated. When Bill heard he was supposed to propose, he immediately tried to kick Gray out. Gray kept insisting and wouldn't give up. Bill straight up said he was calling off the wedding. Gray had no choice but to use her last resort.
우리 애기 어떡하라고?
와, 저 형.
남자.
왔네 우리 애기.
The next day, Gray got busy. She went to a fancy restaurant for a meal, pretending to be on a date and filming it. Then she took her selfie stick to the park. Passers-by thought it was really weird. Finally, she went to the supermarket, pretending to shop with her boyfriend. Even though she had the video footage, Gray's eyes looked empty. There was no sense of happiness at all, so her friend decided to help her out. That evening, after buying decorations, Gray got a call from her friend. Her friend told her to pick up a package at the store. The moment Gray walked in, something strange happened. The door suddenly locked from the outside. Then the light suddenly went out. Gray was startled. Then she noticed arrows on the floor. Gray curiously followed the arrows and found the words "Marry Me" arranged in the freezer. In that moment, Gray felt genuinely happy. This girl has zero interest in studying. All night she's thinking about the guy she likes, because Bill promised to tutor her. She keeps imagining Bill in her mind. She's convinced he must want to use tutoring as an excuse to get closer to her. Gray gets more and more excited. Then she opens her eyes and sees her mom's face. Reality snaps her back. With exams coming up and still no studying, her mom is furious. Mom says if she doesn't make the top 30 this time, she'll throw out all her makeup. When Gray shows up for tutoring as planned, she finds Bill already asleep. She leans down to look at that handsome face. That's when Bill opens his eyes. The two of them just stare at each other. Suddenly their friends show up too. Bill has to pretend he's scolding Gray. This confuses everyone. With no more alone time together, Bill leaves right after the tutoring session ends. Gray feels a bit disappointed. Just then, the thug blocks her path again. Gray's prepared this time. She whips out pepper spray and blasts him with it. The thug is in agony, but this time he's actually here to apologize. This confuses Gray. Turns out Bill orchestrated the whole thing. Earlier that day, Bill went to the thug's school to find him. He even hit him in the face with a paper airplane. The thug picks it up and looks at it. It says apologize on it. The thug asks what's wrong with him. Then a whole group appears upstairs, telling him to apologize. That's the power of being popular. The thug doesn't care. He goes straight to an internet cafe to play games. At a critical moment, his computer suddenly crashes. A big message appears on the screen. Still says apologize. Turns out Bill hacked into his computer. It's not over yet. The thug just gets home when his dad slams the table asking him, "Haven't you apologized yet?" Turns out that was Bill's doing too. Bill has a determined look on his face. No wonder he looks so tired. He spent the whole day dealing with the thug. On exam day, Gray is still frantically memorizing answers. If Luca hadn't warned her, she would have walked straight into a tree. She quickly thanks him, but Luca says, "I was afraid you'd break the tree." He also says her head is hard as a rock. Gray is pissed. In the exam room, Gray and Bill are both answering questions seriously, but Luca is sleeping. When the exam ends, Gray finally breathes a sigh of relief. That's when her friend signals to her. Turns out her friend had it all planned out. After the exam, they're sneaking off to watch a baseball game. Jack is a national youth baseball star because he's so handsome. Most of the people at the game are female fans. Her friend thinks the plan worked. Then her boyfriend suddenly appears in the stands. Bill actually came along too. Turns out her bestie posted a photo on social media. Bill sits down next to Gray. Anna asks, "Aren't you not into baseball?" Bill says, "I like it starting today." With the final pitch, the team wins the game again. An excited Gray and Bill grip each other's hands tightly, but oblivious Bill nervously pushes Gray away. Their friends can't even watch anymore. As they're leaving, Jack spots Gray immediately. His eyes go wide right then. What happens next proves he fell for Gray at first sight. He walks right up to Gray and says, "How are you so beautiful?" Her excited friend stands next to her. Jack even gets Gray's phone number, but he doesn't notice at all that someone's eyes are locked on it. A man and a woman are in a room. The mother walks in and is completely shocked. The man quickly explains that the girl just came to pack up her stuff. The mother is furious when she hears this. "This girl is actually trying to move in with my son." The girl rushes to explain herself, but the mother gets even more furious. She grabs a glass of water and splashes it at the girl. Luckily, the girl has quick reflexes and manages to dodge it, but the mother won't let it go. She throws water at her again. Just then, Bill steps in front of the girl, taking the splash of water for her. The mother freezes instantly. Seeing Bill protecting her, the girl starts to develop feelings for Bill, but in the next second,
카펫젖으면 꿉꿉한 냄새 납니다.
the girl snaps back to reality. Bill sees the wet blanket and immediately goes to get a towel while the man is away. The mother says viciously to the girl, "Gold diggers trying to marry rich men, deliberately getting close to my son." The mother tells her secretary to go buy kimchi, saying she's going to teach this woman a lesson. Bill hears the word kimchi. The girl thinks the man is going to save her again and starts to develop feelings for him once more. But no,
실수는 닫기 힘듭니다.
he's not trying to help the girl at all. He just has a cleanliness obsession and doesn't want his mother to dirty the floor. After a detailed explanation, the mother learns what actually happened and sincerely apologizes to the girl. She even pulls out a huge stack of cash as compensation. The girl tries to refuse, but can't help reaching for the money, struggling to control herself from taking it.
이걸로 박민 씨 빚은 일부 정리하죠.
When she hears her son mention paying off debts, the mother gets angry again, saying that no matter how the girl explains, she'll never believe her again.
김비서 나가서 김치 가져오세요. 김치.
After yet another explanation, the mother apologizes to the girl once more, and even scolds Bill for making the girl work as his subordinate. If word of this gets out, how will he ever become chairman of Power Group? The mother accidentally reveals Bill's true identity. Everyone's expression changes. They're all shocked. The mother recovers quickly, saying that Power is just a brand name. As she speaks, she instinctively uses a towel to wipe the sweat from her forehead. The girl catches sight of the word Power on the towel.
그래서 죽었어요.
왜 엉망진에 남의 물건을 주웠어?
Bill immediately plays along with his mother, handing her his own towel, but his towel also has the word Power on it.
이래서 유전이 무서운 겁니다.
Listening to their forced explanations, the girl doesn't believe them at all. They escort the girl to the door, and even arrange for a luxury sedan to take her home. Seeing his mother about to slip up again, Bill quickly grabs her arm, telling her to stop talking. In the end, the two desperately try to cover up the truth, and get the girl into the car. The son worries that his identity has been exposed, but the mother says, no one would believe that the heir to a chairman would live in a dump like this. But in the next second,
하와이에서 왔어요?
오로라 아가씨로 착각을 해서 그만. 그래도 도련님이 백종원 회장님 자제분이라는 얘기는 안 했습니다.
what to do when your girlfriend cries? Luca felt terrible for her. He thought Gray had actually broken up with Bill. Turns out Gray was just messing around, which left Luca pretty disappointed. Meanwhile, Bill was scheming to win over Gray's father. He showed up at Gray's place and ran right into Gray's dad. The father wasn't happy to see him at all. He said Gray wasn't home and told him to get lost. Bill stepped forward and grabbed his arm, handing over a carefully chosen gift. The father took one look at it, and his whole attitude flipped instantly. On the other side, Luca was walking Gray home. Gray had a question on her mind. Ask him if he and his friend ever fell for the same girl. Luca was shocked, thinking Gray was hinting at him and Bill. But Gray said, I didn't say it was you. Gray gave an example.
나랑 이소랑 사귀는데 너랑 나랑 친구잖아. 근데 너도 이소를 같이 좋아하는 상황.
장난하냐?
Listening to Luca's answer, Gray felt a bit embarrassed, but Luca figured out what she was getting at. Gray was shocked. Luca suggested breaking it off early. Love always changes. Friendship matters more than romance, but he told Gray, Bill won't let you down. Luca was loyal to his friend. Gray got dropped off at the comic shop. Just as they were about to part ways, Gray's mom spotted Luca. Hearing he'd walked Gray home, she invited him to stay for dinner. Gray told Luca to take off, but Luca was shameless enough to head back with Gray's mom, only to find out Bill was there too. Gray was stunned. Seeing Gray come home with Luca, Bill was burning with jealousy. They sat together making dumplings. The little brother suddenly spoke up, straight up mocking Luca, ditching his own girlfriend to hang out with my sister instead. Luca was floored. What girlfriend was he talking about? The brother was fuming. He offered Luca some water and deliberately spilled it all over him. Gray's mom tried to smooth things over. She said Gray was lucky, told Gray to get along with both guys after college starts. Pick one between Bill and Luca. Since the father had accepted the gift, he immediately backed Bill. Seeing Luca as a rival, the brother also voted for Bill. Only Gray's mom was impressed with Luca. Just when he was feeling pretty good about himself, Bill dropped some major news. This mother discovers that the girl in her house isn't her biological daughter. When the women in their family use their powers, other members can sense it. But both she and her mother were at home and didn't sense it. So she sends her secretary to investigate the matter. The fake daughter takes this opportunity to sneak into Mia's study. She opens the door to a secret room. Walking inside, she's stunned by what she sees. The room is filled with precious treasures. There's also a massive vault. She figures whatever's inside must be worth even more. Suddenly, she hears the secretary scolding her from behind. She lies, claiming the door opened by itself. She curiously asks if this is a treasury. The secretary tells her only Mia's fingerprint can open the vault. The woman immediately goes to find some criminals. They discuss how to steal the treasures from the vault. The accomplice asked her why she didn't continue impersonating the daughter. That way, wouldn't she have endless money to spend? But the woman believes her identity will be exposed sooner or later. Getting cash in hand is the safest approach. She has no idea that the secretary overheard their entire conversation. When Mia finds out, she tells the secretary not to expose her. She wants to see what this imposter is planning. The woman doesn't know her identity has already been blown. She also suggested to Mia to invite friends over to their house. Mia understands her real intentions, but she nods and agrees anyway. The woman is still happily fantasizing about living the life of a rich person. Little does she know that Mia's real daughter has already arrived in Korea. The daughter got lost at age 5 during a trip to Mongolia with her father. A local couple found and adopted her. Mia and her husband divorced because of this. She bought an entire newspaper company to continuously publish missing person ads. She even spent $10 billion to host a women's strongman competition, hoping to attract people who matched her daughter's age to participate. But there was never any news. Until today, 18 years later, she finally discovers a girl with incredible strength. Because their family has special genes, they can't confirm identity through DNA testing. The girl secretly exchanged a glance with the referee. Mia rushes over to ask about her personal information. She confirms that Anna is her daughter, learning that her blood type and age both match, and that she also went missing in Mongolia at age 5. She later grew up in an orphanage near the border. Mia's heart breaks hearing this. Anna is very clever. She immediately calls her mom. Mia instantly loses her composure. She says she wants to make up for all the motherly love Anna missed over the years. She immediately brings Anna home. The luxurious decor leaves Anna absolutely stunned. She excitedly throws herself onto the princess bed. But this is just the first step of her plan. Meanwhile, in Mongolia, Emma is packing her bags to go to Korea. Her adoptive parents give her some money. They also give her an item she carried as a child. It might help her find her biological parents. She then boards a flight back to the country, but the plane experiences brake failure during landing. These 3 women are all staring at the hottest guy in the room. The handsome guy notices them too. He walks straight toward them without hesitation. The wealthy ladies get super excited. The excited rich women had already picked out baby names, but the guy just walks right past them. The ladies immediately feel embarrassed. The guy stops in front of a mirror. He's totally mesmerized by his own good looks. Then a beautiful woman walks over. The secretary greets her boss. She gets cut off mid-sentence.
나 지금 어때?
완벽하십니다.
The boss is just that narcissistic. Ella is used to it by now. The next day, Patrick comes to work. Under his leadership, the company became Korea's #1. He was one of the most powerful conglomerates in Korea, and the pride of the whole community. But this perfect man never lets women touch him. Only Ella can hold his arm. When they go to upscale venues together, to polish Ella's public image, Patrick decides to buy her more designer bags and clothes. But Ella unexpectedly turns him down, and says something completely unexpected.
부회장님 새 비서 구하셔야겠어요. 저 이제 그만두려고요.
His secretary of 9 years suddenly says she wants to quit. Patrick just coldly replies, whatever you want. But when he gets home, he can't sleep all night. The next day, Ella brings his morning tea right on time. The attentive Ella hears the boss's chair making noise. When she takes out her phone to make a call, Patrick interrupts her. Patrick realized she wanted to call someone to replace the chair. Watching Ella's retreating figure, Patrick can't bear to let such a perfect secretary leave. Patrick sits in the car looking serious. Ella doesn't understand why the boss is bringing her along to his hometown. Soon they arrive at a beautiful estate. Then Patrick suddenly tells Ella, if it's because the work is too exhausting, he can hire Ella her own secretary. He'll even buy her property and a car with his own money. He can even help pay off her family's debts. Seeing that Ella is still hesitating, Patrick reminds her she won't get treatment like this anywhere else. And more importantly, she won't find such a perfect boss. Just as Ella is about to say something, Patrick's mother has appeared behind them. This girl got scammed the moment she arrived in Korea. Now homeless, she saw people setting up tents on the grass. She instantly came up with an idea. She went to the restroom entrance, confirming these were all construction materials they were about to throw away. She quickly collected them, carrying the materials single-handedly to the center of the grass. She laid out a blanket that tourists were planning to discard. She poked holes in the ground with her hands, then inserted the collected wood into the holes. Using techniques she learned in Mongolia, she tied and secured everything together. Seeing a banner in the distance, she grabbed it to use as a roof. Crawling inside, she found it was a bit low. Walking out of the tent, she spotted a dead tree waiting to be removed. She pulled the entire tree out by its roots and placed it on the ground. With just her bare hands, she split it. The tree instantly broke apart. Carrying the freshly split wood, she made a leap and secured it firmly in the center of the tent. Then she casually tossed the banner over it. Her new Mongolian yurt home was complete. After she had grabbed onto the airplane with her bare hands, Grandma walked down, gasping for breath, wondering if her daughter had used her powers, only to discover it wasn't her. And the new daughter hadn't used any powers either. The real mother finally realized this wasn't her biological daughter. During airport immigration inspection, William found horsehair and ankle bones in Emma's backpack. He was curious how she brought bones and hair into the country.
뭐야?
중요한 물건이니
이건 또 뭐예요?
네 눈엔 이것도 마약으로 보이니?
A colleague took a look, finding the staff quite heavy. Thinking it was gold-plated, William wanted to investigate it too, feeling there might be something inside. He'd return it to Emma after the investigation.
우리 엄마 찾아요 된다고.
William learned that Emma was separated from her mother. He told Emma he was a police officer. He would help Emma find her mother. Only then did Emma let go. She even pinky promised with William. She asked for William's name, deciding to remember it by heart. Walking alone on the street, she saw handprints on the ground. She couldn't help but press her own handprint on the center tile. She randomly found a scammer agent and rented an apartment. She even found her quite friendly. Thinking about William's promise to help find her mother, she decided to trust him this once. Meanwhile, the real mother had her subordinates track the girl. She felt this wasn't her biological daughter. After William's investigation, he confirmed it was indeed horsehair and ankle bones. However, the staff was 24K gold, with diamonds embedded in the center. Looking at the golden staff, he wondered who exactly Emma was. While brushing her teeth, Emma realized she'd been scammed. After setting up her tent, she went to the police station, planning to get her belongings back, but she got William's name wrong. She just thought he was really handsome. Returning to her newly built home, she found it had been taken over by a homeless couple. This woman went to her boyfriend's place for dinner, but she found out that the other woman was living in her boyfriend's house. She angrily asked her boyfriend out to break up with him. Before her boyfriend can even start explaining, his girlfriend breaks the instant noodles in half.
연주 씨 라면사리 넣는 거 싫어하잖아.
대현 씨 취향으로 먹어주고 싶었어.
His girlfriend formally breaks up with him.
대현 씨한테 어울리는 사람 맞나?
William hurriedly tries to explain and win her back. Sarah gets up and leaves without hesitation. Then she gets into her wealthy boss's luxury car. William sits alone in the restaurant. Heartbroken, the boss sees that Sarah is upset and comforts her. He takes her to a friend's party to celebrate her return to high society. William sits alone in the convenience store, thinking back to the fight he had with Sarah. He calls Sarah, sends text messages, but gets no reply. With no other choice, he goes to Sarah's house to apologize in person. Meeting Sarah's mother, William politely greets her.
안녕하십니까. 저는 최대현이라고 합니다.
초면처럼 인사를 하네.
William said, I'm here to see you as Sarah's boyfriend. I hope you won't interfere in our relationship. I believe Sarah will forgive me eventually. Sarah's mother surprisingly agrees. William thanks her and leaves. Sarah's mom calls her secretary to investigate William. She sends people to William's convenience store, pretending they want to hire a driver for high pay. William's father hears about this and quickly inquires about the details.
일할 사람 구하시나 봐 얘.
네.
Just like that, William's dad becomes Sarah's personal driver, responsible for picking her up and dropping her off at work every day. Watching Sarah walk into the office building, William's dad marvels at what a coincidence this is, because this is the headquarters of his son's convenience store chain. After learning that William's mom works at an insurance company, Sarah's mom calls to invite her to the house, saying she wants to buy a $20 million high-value insurance policy. This means William's mom could earn a very high commission and might even become the company's top salesperson. Imagining herself winning awards, William's mom smiles happily. Just then, Sarah's mom suddenly brings up her daughter, saying her daughter studied abroad and returned home to work as an executive at a major company. But such an excellent daughter found herself an ordinary boyfriend. He never went to college and has a mediocre job with a poor family background. William's mom doesn't know she's talking about her own son and quickly agrees with her.
아유, 그래 찾아낸 남자를 왜 만난답니까?
아, 그러게 말이에요.
Sarah's mom is delighted listening to her badmouth her own son. She tells William's mom to go back and prepare the contract for signing. Sarah's mom promoted Sarah to company CEO. Her identity as a wealthy heiress is also made public. A former colleague finds William and tells him his girlfriend is actually a shareholder's daughter. William finds Sarah again and demands to know why she lied to him for 3 years. This woman came to pick up her boyfriend from work, but she saw William carrying another woman on his back. The two looked pretty intimate. His girlfriend felt awkward and forced a smile.
내가 방해했나?
거기서 계속 그러고 있을 거야?
Emma quickly explained that they were just celebrating. She had just been named Employee of the Month, so she jokingly asked William to give her a piggyback ride. His girlfriend suggested the three of them grab dinner together. They went to an upscale hotel restaurant. Mia deliberately asked Emma to order from the menu. The menu was entirely in English, and Emma couldn't read it. Mia had a smug look on her face. Emma closed the menu and said it was her first time here. She couldn't understand what was written on the menu. You guys order whatever you want. I'll just have something simple. Mia ordered fluently in English. She was trying to embarrass Emma in front of everyone. After dinner, the three of them walked out of the hotel. William got a delivery call from the convenience store. He spoke a little too loudly on the phone. Mia let go of his hand in disgust and stepped away. William offered to take Mia home. Mia turned him down. Just then, a co-worker who had a crush on Mia showed up.
차 가지고 왔어요?
잘 됐네요. 저 좀 태워주세요.
William watched his girlfriend leave with another man. Feeling torn, the next day, the company sent a reporter to interview Emma. The reporter asked William to give Emma a piggyback for a promo photo. The reporter said the photo would only appear in the company's internal newsletter.
하나, 둘, 셋.
But the next day, someone maliciously cropped the photo and posted it on various social media platforms. Unfortunately, William's girlfriend happened to see it. William arrived early at his girlfriend's house to explain, but he saw his girlfriend being walked home by another man. She was even acting cute, asking the guy to spin around. William knew this was her childhood friend. He watched the man walk into his girlfriend's house. William felt crushed. They'd dated for 3 years, and he'd never even been inside her home. He sadly turned and walked away. Mia's mother witnessed the scene. She immediately had William's background investigated. When she found out William was just a poor convenience store owner, she maliciously visited the convenience store. First, she bought a ton of merchandise. Then she insisted that William personally deliver it to her home. Mia happened to come home from work just then. The two awkwardly locked eyes. Her mother pulled out a tip to humiliate William. William shook his head, saying a tip wasn't necessary.
그럼 내가 무안하지. 받아요.
Looking at his girlfriend standing nearby, William reluctantly thanked her, accepted the tip, and left. The mother told the servants to throw out everything William delivered. Only then did Mia realize what was happening. She ran out and called William, telling him not to take her mother's behavior to heart. William said it was fine, but he cried his heart out. Mia went to find Emma. She wanted Emma to leave the convenience store. This girl is taking the bus to school. A man getting off the bus bumps into her. Instantly, she feels severe abdominal pain. She immediately clamps her legs together and clutches her stomach. The man sees this and instantly understands. He loudly shouts that this lady needs to use the restroom. Everyone immediately makes way for her. She gets off the bus with an embarrassed look on her face. But using the restroom doesn't help. It's not menstrual pain. It's not diarrhea either. Could she have eaten something bad? At this moment, she suddenly remembers what happened last night. Yesterday, her friend got dumped and called her for company. Her friend drank too much alcohol, suddenly started running around everywhere. She found her friend hugging a car, refusing to let go, making a mess everywhere. She looked at the license plate. Now they're in trouble. She quickly apologized to the car owner nearby. Fortunately, the car owner was very kind. Seeing they were just poor students, he didn't need them to pay for damages. She was very grateful. She quickly pulled her friend away. Unexpectedly, her friend tripped her again. The kind car owner reached out to help her up. She instinctively slapped the man's chest. A red bead flew out of his mouth. She did a dramatic back bend. The bead actually fell into her mouth. She swallowed it and then passed out. The next day, she woke up to find herself in the man's house. The man told her, because she swallowed his 1,000-year cultivation bead, he had no choice but to bring her back. A 1,000-year bead. What the heck is that? The man began introducing himself.
구미호입니다.
She was even more speechless after listening. A pretty handsome guy, just with some mental issues. The man also said that in order to get the bead back, they need to live together temporarily. She couldn't accept this. She took out her phone to call the police, but as soon as she looked up, she fainted again. When she woke up again and saw the man, she knew she wasn't dreaming. She sneaked away when he wasn't paying attention. Unexpectedly, the next day her stomach started hurting terribly. She fainted directly, since she guessed the reason. She could only bite the bullet and go find that nine-tailed fox. The nine-tailed fox explained to her, her pain was from touching a man born in the year of the tiger. Foxes are most afraid of tigers. She swallowed the fox's inner core. Contact with tiger year people causes her stomach pain. As the owner of the inner core, he would also sense it. Only by making contact with the nine-tailed fox's true form could her suffering be relieved. He reached out his hand to help treat her, but at the moment of contact, a strange wave was generated. The fox was surprised to discover the inner core had turned blue inside the girl's stomach. This was exactly the key to him becoming human.